Hello and welcome to Kate and Kat's podcast. We run our podcast a little differently than most. Our podcasts are completely spirit-led, and we never know who we're going to have on or what's going to come up to heal. Every episode is a new adventure, where we walk people through healing anything from spirit guides to past lives to inner child work, how the energies and trauma affects the mechanical workings of our physical bodies, and exploring time, space, and dimensions and how it's all happening now. This podcast is for beginners and experts alike. This can be considered explicit content to some, as we do not edit ourselves, and sometimes deep trauma work comes up unexpectedly. And also, we cuss like sailors.
On this episode of Kate and Kat Live, we had a second go-round with Susan Elaine, author of The Remembering Experience. It was so awesome to work with Susan again on the podcast. We tend to ask our guests the common question of, what would you like to heal/work on today? And Susan had a wonderful inspiration to create a Remembering Becoming healing. The journey to create this healing can be followed along by all and adapted to self. Conducive. So, without further ado, if you love bad bitches, and that's your fucking problem, on with the podcast.
Okay.
Susan, can you hear us?
I sure can. Can you hear me?
So, I was chatting with Susan earlier, and I already told Kate about this a little bit, but none of us went into any kind of big details about it. But you had talked about doing something a little bit different on this live, which is like a create your own healing sort of thing, but to like support your book. So like
to support my book, but also to support others, like giving them their autonomy and helping them remember who they are. They really are.
Well, I was going to ask you to go into it, but you started to go into it and I cut you off. Can you talk to me? Well, no, this isn't like an interview process. I just didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't know you were going to start saying the things I wanted you to say.
And you said it was about what?
What are you thinking about?
So I thought it would be really fun to create a healing that was about, my book is called The Remembering Experience, which is about remembering who you really are. And I feel like in a lot of spiritual practices, there's not much autonomy for the people practicing. And I think it's becoming that, but I would love to create a healing that people can employ to like empower themselves spiritually. And I feel like as I worked with you guys this year, I've definitely even found a whole new level of my own spiritual autonomy, because I think in a lot of ways, as being a people pleaser for so many years, like it's really hard to give up those old habits, right? So yeah.
Cool. Do you have a base of what you would like it to look like or feel like, or what are you channeling or tuning into? Because if it's like your healing that you're making, and then we just kind of give the support, and then we walk others through creating their own. You can even use symbolism.
Yeah, I really like that idea of sunrise is mainly what I'm getting right now, is seeing a sunrise. But I love the idea of like walking the steps through creating probably my healing, but then other people can do the same for them. I love that idea. So
okay, so sunrise,
Sunset.
Sunrise, sunset, swiftly through the year. Going like up out of the horizon, or like what are the levels of it? Are you in the base of the healing? Are you the ground facing? Are you a person facing, or are you the sun rising itself?
I'm the sun rising itself.
Yeah. Okay.
But I love that question.
Okay, so from this perspective, is it a flat horizon plane to where you're like coming up and out of it, almost like being on stage?
No, it's mountains.
Okay.
Really curved. Like something coming up, yeah.
Like really curved. Why?
Why mountains?
I don't know. I live on
What
a
does it
mountain.
represent?
Maybe that's why.
Oh, it could be just that. No,
Mountains represent anything. They do. What do they represent?
Nancy said, Kate, you look so confused, but she's not confused. She's just looking at the things that Susan's creating. That's her looking face.
Maybe I should pay attention to it more. I will be more animated now, Yancy. Thank you. I need sunglasses. Yes. I don't like to watch the live sometimes. I'm like, wow, what a weird face. And then I make it again.
I love it. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
So when you see this horizon, are you wanting this to be the healing?
No.
Oh, it could be.
It could be, but I'm getting a no. Am I still getting a no?
Here it comes.
I'm still getting a no.
The unavoidable sun, and it comes, and it keeps on coming, and it stops, and it keeps.
Don't block
Never
out
heard
the
the song?
sun.
It'll burn you.
It'll burn you. We have an inside joke.
So why not make this the healing? Like each layer, because the sunrise has different layers of color.
I definitely see the layers of color, or feel the layers of color.
Yeah, it is the layers of cover. It's mountains, but I'm like overlooking like a valley of mountains, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it is the layer of clouds and color and the reflected color and also the way it shines.
Are
on
they
the
brown
mountains.
mountains? Are they brown mountains?
No, they are until the sun comes up.
Yeah,
Thanks.
until the sun comes up. Exactly.
Because the mountains in Alaska, when you're in a plane, like flying over it, they look like cookies. And so I saw the cookie mountains again, and I was like, are these the mountains? They're the brown mountains. Okay, cookie mountains. Makes sense.
In the Big Rock Cookie Mountains, in the Big Rock Cookie Mountains.
And then there were snow patches on them, so they really did look like frosted freaking cookies.
like frosted
Sounds
cookies.
delicious.
That's delicious. Okay, so Spirit if it's in the highest good. No, I'm just kidding. The mountain. Spirit, don't do that. California has cookie mountains too.
So I'm feeling you do the things, Susan. I'm just wanting to hear you talk about the things a little bit.
I'm splitting open the sun and I'm walking through it, like almost onto a stage. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
But I saw.
It really is playing that song. Here it comes, the unavoidable sun. So, like, I guess growth is inevitable. That makes sense. You have to grow somehow. You might as well do it in layers and like a sunrise. So this is the first layer, right? It would be the cookie mountain. So can you
Somebody
describe?
said it's like
Huh?
somebody says it's like a beautiful Candyland, and
Oh,
and I'm kind of getting that sense as well, that it's like more play. I think this also is like empowering me to play more, because I think sometimes I take things too seriously, as Kat can attest to.
I was gonna go, you?
Yeah.
No.
I would never do that.
So much fun.
Never at all.
Well, then what does this first layer do? It's the candy mountain, so it's a mountain. What do you have to do?
It's really interesting, Susan, because you're making it go a lot slower, you know? Because you were like, okay, this is what we're going to do in the live, but you're really fast. And so you're already like doing the thing, and you're almost like going dramatically in slow motion.
Yes.
Through it, and I'm like, okay, is that part of the healing? I'm like, no, that's Susan. Like, that's just Susan elongating the process. Like, it doesn't have to be fast. It doesn't have to be slow. And she's like, hold on, wait.
It's almost like we need to sit in this for a moment.
Yes.
I appreciate the candy mountains.
Okay.
Listen,
Does everyone
set the
feel the
mood.
candy? Does everyone feel
Are we
it?
good? Are we good? Are we good?
What is what does the candy represent?
I don't eat candy, which is so funny. What does the candy
So it is
represent?
obstacles, I guess.
Yeah, it's just appearance of obstacles, and it's really not, is what it feels like. It's like it looks like it's, but once this, so if it's dark and gloomy and like spiky or whatever, and then Susan being the sun itself as she like walks out on this like, oh my gosh, this rocky path, and it's not, it starts illuminating, and like she said, it's more playful and fun, and it's like, she thought she was preparing her. Sorry if I'm putting words in your mouth. It seems like you're preparing yourself for the tumultuous journey that lies ahead, even though you knew it wasn't going to be because you were going to make this healing. But it was like rocky and steady. And then it was just like, oh, it's like, it can be fun. It can be joyous. It can be
cotton candy instead of Hard Rock. What is
Cafe?
Hard Rock candy?
Hard Rock Cafe.
No. Guitars?
Or Rock City. I live near Rock City.
So yes.
Do you stay going up in the sky with the sunset? Do you stay going up, or do you like walk? Like,
No,
I feel
I'm
like you want to walk
I'm going
out.
through. I am. I'm
Yeah.
like walking out, and the light is still illuminating, and it's representing perspective. Because again, like you're right. Before it came up, it looked really scary. And now that it's above, it's like changed the whole perspective. It's like, oh, this is way easier and way cooler. Almost like flying in a plane is the sense I'm getting, like flying above it and just like observing it. And now I'm like hopping on a sled. I don't with candy cane like runners.
Okay.
So
That
so
makes
in
sense.
many in tons of the like mythologies or the studies of all of that or whatever, there's always like a sleigh thing pulling the sun and the moon and stuff. And I had a ding to look into that with you not that long ago. So I was like, why would they have that in so many things if it wasn't like something
Yes.
there? Do you know what I
It is.
mean? Like before it got changed to what it is now.
We can eat it. It's like the Ouroboros. We can do the Ouroboros healing to it. I don't even know what that is. It's a snake eating its tail. Because it's like two hands fighting. And then the sled.
The sled is
Yeah.
on the past history stuff, not where we are right now, right?
Right.
Okay.
'Cause you
I just
said
wanted to
something-
like make sure.
Yeah. Well, you said something about like it used to be before we changed it or something like that. And so I was like, oh yes, before we changed it. And then I was like, oh my God, Ouroboros, hand sled. Okay.
We changed it. I thought it got changed. Well, all of us are us.
Well, I guess the exact verbiage was before it got changed, but like
Okay.
we, as in like we.
Collective.
Yeah.
Okay. Just double checking. All right,
Yes.
back to the candy sled. Are you Santa? No, you're our son. Okay.
No, definitely not Santa.
Okay, change this then. What about Santa's cousin, Lanta?
Lanta. Oh my Lanta.
That's where you came from. No, I'm kidding. That's
Well, that's funny because I just listened to a podcast
How dare you?
about the.
I'm just
I
kidding.
know about Atalanta, which was actually this really amazing Greek hero who was an amazing hunter and fighter. So that's really funny that you said Lanta.
Huh.
Did it have anything to do with the sun? Because I just brought up Greek mythology too.
Yeah, and that's about Greek mythology too. What is it about Greek mythology?
You might be a soul fragment of Lanta. Because Kate pulls weird names out, but she usually channels it.
Yeah, and what was interesting is like she had to be enchanted by the goddess of love to slow down enough for her partner to speed up so that they could get married. Like he had to win the race in order to marry her.
Oh.
It's really fascinating. So she had like a golden apple she had to slow her down enough so that her partner could.
Gross. Sorry.
Yeah, it was gross. I mean, most of the Greek myths are gross.
You're right.
Love this one too.
You're right.
They're gross.
Why don't you speed
And
up?
I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, why are these myths so gross?
Well, because a lot of the stories have been changed. But so if this is true, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic
Yeah.
Sorry, I accidentally pressed a button on my phone and it played Cupcake Squidward Nose. So imagine talking and then hearing his dick smaller than my toes, and I was like, hey,
it has to do with this. It has to do with this.
Damn.
Did you want like that version of you? Did you want to marry that guy? Where you had to like slow yourself down so he could speed up?
Yeah, I guess so.
It seems very much like that, and like it was. Oh, is it? Do we need to do like twin flame, relationship healings and all that? Because
Yeah,
why
if they have any binding or bondage to each other or whatever.
I was about
like it
to
wouldn't
tell
hurt
to speed
to get
up.
rid of it.
So okay, you speed up. It's in the house, good. Unless you want to do it again. Yeah. Please activate all of the twin flame healings. Sorry, clean off healing.
Please activate all the twin flame fuck off healings.
And I'm trying to think what all the relationship healings and workings.
And all the relationship healings and workings.
And contract removals and bindings, ceremonial, or the like, connecting you to anyone that you're had any of that with that you no longer need.
Connecting me to anyone that I had that with that I no longer need.
And is no longer in your high. Yeah, and can do still.
Yeah, no longer in my high school.
Well, there was stuff there. There wasn't like a lot. It just moved a little, which is great. It just seems like this one little lifetime thing. Because like technically, one of the things that's hard for people to get out of when it comes to those is many lifetimes of binding yourself to the person over and over again. It's just a thing. As you know, it's just a thing. It happens.
Can you push this forward?
Push this forward, please.
And then, what do you see here now? Or what do you feel?
I'm like on a roller coaster now, like, but in a fun way. Like, okay. I just went down the mountain.
Because it seems very much like you don't have to tell anyone to speed the fuck up anymore.
You're by yourself, too, which is interesting. Like, I thought he was going to speed up, but, like, you're on a roller coaster just living your best life kind of thing.
Where did he go? He fell back. Where did they go?
He can have, if that person, whoever that is, he can have his own roller coaster even. Like, come on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's why he was behind in a cart. I couldn't figure that out. So he can have his own roller coaster, and it can be great, and y'all can be y'all's own people. You don't have to hold each other back.
Like, have fun with. It doesn't have to be like, yeah. Have fun beside.
Now the tracks are right next to each other instead of like a cart behind the other.
That's another thing I want to mention to anybody listening who's like, oh, I don't ever want to break free of any kind of like twin flamey connections or whatever. One, if you couldn't, you wouldn't be able to. And two, I was going to say something and I lost it. So that's awesome.
Go get it.
It doesn't mean that you have to be without the person that you've chosen to be with. It just means all that gross stuff that makes you stuck together is gone. Like, you might still end up with the same person or with someone else or alone or with multiple people.
It makes relationships so much better.
It really does. It makes life more enjoyable because there's not a pressure and a like binding like a cage.
Mm. It's actually
real. Make a video about that.
That anything that is going great in your life, I think you still need to heal it because it makes it even better every time. There's never a time where I've been like, "Damn, wish I wouldn't have healed that ever." Ever.
Even when it's uncomfortable or when it's good.
Yeah. So it just when it's gross, heal. When it's fantastic, heal. I don't know. It's just one of those things to where it's like. You think this love is the best thing that you've ever experienced ever until you heal it and you're like, no, this thing is the best thing I've experienced ever. And then you do it again, you're like, no, this one. So it kind of feels like that. Like I feel like every twin flame ceremony that I've ever seen in a past life is very much like that. Forever, this is the best thing ever. And it never is. So, yeah.
All right. So what's next, Susan?
What's the next layer of sunshine?
If you steal my sunshine,
Do-do, do-do, do-do.
if you steal my sunshine,
Sunshine.
oh.
There's a lake. I'm not seeing a lake. It's not
Do you have
water.
ice skates on?
Yeah, I guess I do. I'm like twerk.
Why?
I know she said twirling and she froze, but because it cut off, it's twerking.
So anyway, you were twerking on the ice is where you left off. And
It froze right when you said twir, and it was like twerking. Yes. Twerking on the
it's
ice.
really funny because you are wearing boots with the fur.
That is
And-
very Susan.
Susan, you would twerk on the ice.
I totally would.
Um,
Very her MO. It's right on brand.
okay. Does this feel like lonely to you? Like
I'm alone, but I don't feel lonely. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
I didn't get lonely, so I'm curious where it's coming from.
It's like a twirling, and then there is an outline of somebody there, but they're not there. So it made me go, huh, there's supposed to be somebody there.
Well, all he needs to do is get on his fucking roller coaster and come down to the ice skating rink. How's that her fucking problem?
Oh, push
Not
that
to
one
you,
forward,
but-
Elaine. Susan Elaine, sorry.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
I really keep wanting to call you Elaine, so I don't know what that is.
Elaine means light, so that's probably why.
Because Elaine?
Yeah, Elaine means light.
So he's twirling, and I don't know who this is necessarily, but they're not looking at you at all. And instead of twirling with you, they're like doing some weird mating dance of a bird, of like a peacock.
Okay.
You're like, of course, yes.
Of course.
I just feel like it's like cool, bro. Nice.
Can I talk to this?
You
Yeah.
do you. Exactly.
You are dancing like a bird. Are you trying to attract birds? I feel like it was like
Twerking the bird.
Yeah, I feel like they were trying to do like a mating dance with you, but it was a huge turnoff. Whatever this was seemed very like, notice me, but don't notice me. But also, I'm going to skate and dance with you, but also not dance with you.
Just be authentic, guy. Just be you. You are enough. Sorry.
What? Oh my God.
Sorry.
So he feels like, I guess he's boring. Do you know this fucking guy? Because I'm about to punt him.
You can punt him.
Really? Okay.
Totally.
Can we get Susan Elaine's perfect right now partner? Make each other each other's spirit guides and whisper? That's really weird.
No, it's not. Susan's really like one of her focuses right now that's heightened is like hearing stuff. Like she's always had it, but it's been more clear. So the whisper thing makes sense to me. Oh god. The fact that you love this, Susan, like you're like, yes, I would like to twerk and I would like him to whisper, "Hey little mama," in my ear. Because, I mean, if you could do that privately behind closed doors, then that's great. That makes for a fun relationship, right?
Exactly.
Like someone who knows how to play with you.
Yes.
That's what she said.
That's really weird because they are hiding behind a door. I was like, so where is this guy? Way too nervous, but it's like an authentic kind of nervous.
Yeah, that feels good. That feels good. Be silly behind closed doors, but have, professional up front.
Business up front, party in the back.
Yeah. Does he have a mullet?
It's a mullet.
Oh my God.
Yes. He's just a walking mullet. No, I'm just kidding.
That's great. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is the next layer? Oh, authentically seeing people, I guess. As like, that's a really weird dance you're doing.
And the ability to be authentic with someone. That's part of the empowerment as well. Like stepping into yourself and laughing a little and having a little bit of fun, because that's been something on all of our journeys, I believe. Like not yours, Kate, and I mean that, and like just
one thing you didn't have to heal.
Okay, and Kate's like, please explain, Kat. Please go into this further. A presentation of what we believe we want others to see of us, how we're going to be perceived as others, putting up a little bit of like a professional or a,
and losing yourself in the process, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and you just didn't have to go through that, but the majority, some people probably didn't either, but a good bit of us did have to go through that. Like stepping into what we thought we had to be to shed it again.
That makes sense. But I bet it feels real fucking good to shed it and to have that realization. Hey, did she?
Yeah, I love being silly and weird online and I in person, and I like when someone says have a good day and I look at them and say don't tell me what to do.
Me too.
I just enjoy.
You just trained me to stop saying that.
Wait, what'd you say?
Remember, like I kept on saying take care, and you're like, don't fucking tell me what to do. I love that.
Don't tell me what to do. The last time Susan and I talked, she was starting to, like, we were saying goodbye, like we were hanging up the phone, like, okay, goodbye, and she was like, oh my God, I didn't say, and I was like, I just fucking hung up on you. Like, I'm so sorry. What did you say? And she's like, well, I didn't say take care. Or like, I was consciously not saying, and I was like, oh my God.
Okay. So like the journey to becoming more you, but by not saying take care.
Or just not telling Kat take care.
Oh.
Ooh.
Then what do you say? Bye? Okay, love you, bye. I said that to everyone. Yes.
There was a TikTok today, guys, and it was this chick, and she was doing a promo for something on the TikTok shop. It was a vacuum, and she her whole shtick was to call a job that she didn't work for and tell them that she was going to be late. And they didn't know who she was, and she just kept throwing in the TikTok shop like vacuum thing, and this guy was like, what are you talking about? Like, who hired you? What's going on? And so when she said goodbye, she was just like, love you. To the stranger.
Say anything.
It was just great.
I don't even know who you are, Logan.
Love you. Logan. I work.
It's definitely the right Papa John's. So anyway, I'll be coming in at 12.
I would have been the one that hired you. Cool, we could talk about it later. 12's not good for you, 3 then.
3.
Anyway, okay, sorry. It was a fun little video. I watched it twice because I needed to watch it again to show Ben and watch him watch it.
So is the next layer gone? Is it about talking to people?
Yeah, this is very Barbie movie-esque, where you're like on the ice now, and he comes out and he did his little dance kind of thing, but then now it's like, okay, let's be real with each other. So what is the next step?
I think it's to show
like
everybody
going
else
out into the world, right?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Does that seem
I
right?
feel like I'm unzipping like a giant, like almost sleeping bag coat and like stepping out into the world. That's what I see now.
Welcome to the world. on the ice skates, like that movie with Will Ferrell and that other guy.
Oh, where he's the professional whatchamacallit figure skater?
Yeah.
I remember the previews for that, but that one I didn't watch. Blades of Glory. Yes, Nancy.
Yes. Ball so hot. Okay.
Well, okay, so now, like, this is what it seems like. It seems like you were like, yes, I have confidence, I'm good, I'm stepping out into the world. We've addressed that. He's silly behind closed doors. We're fun and having fun together. But then, like, the reality of stepping into it, like, stepped you back a bit. Like, you became demure again. And it's
dim.
like,
I heard dim, so yeah, that's interesting.
yeah. But it's like it's like that coat should be a blanket that you can like shed, because it's like a blanket of fear. Oh, that's very like cocoonish, emerging, but you're not fully emerging. Like you it's like, I'm good back here. I can be authentic behind closed doors, and you have the confidence to step out into the world. But then once you did it,
Yeah, I'm seeing a wall. It's like the Cookie Mountain, like now it feels like it's three sides on me. Like closing in. But I still have like, I can go back there, but yeah.
well, what do you need to do here?
There's walls everywhere.
Yeah, just walls everywhere. Maybe it's not even the Cookie Mountain, but it is definitely walls.
Well, it was like you were, it's like a different layer over the Cookie Mountain. Are you inside the mountain? Are you above the mountain?
New Nikki says she's the coat. I'm trying to feel that out. All fabric. So, and I know that she didn't leave the coat. She unzipped it to step out of it.
Oh, shed the coat. It was a mistake.
Oh, shed the coat. Because I was like, I'm trying to feel it, Nikki. I really am. I wasn't getting there, but I didn't want to be a dick. I was trying to feel it.
No, you're not a coat.
No, she's not a coat. Thanks, bye. She's trying to shed the coat, though, but she can't, like...
It's like stuck on my arms. You know how you get, like,
yeah.
It's like stuck on my arms.
Oh, because it's
like
wet.
It's a puffy jacket.
And it's
Why
wet.
is it wet, though?
Because she went through the ice and snow to get here.
Oh.
She weathered the storm. Can you dry it off with that vacuum from that TikTok shop?
Why do you feel like
I just got like Flowbee, like bad. Do you guys remember the Flowbee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No.
Okay, it was towards single dads, right? Is that the one? Okay, so it would be a vacuum in the hair, and it would like
cut your hair and vacuum it at the same time. So you just kind of suck it, and it cuts your hair differently.
It made a small comeback during quarantine.
Did it? That's hilarious.
Yes, It got like an upgrade. It's like more like you know, a better version of it.
Oh, I need the Flowbee so I can cut the coat off. I can try it and cut it off.
Oh,
do it. Flowbee it up, babe. Oh, okay. It's clearing sinuses too.
I feel like this.
I didn't expect that to happen.
I feel like this is destroying the jacket and sucking the jacket up. Just saying. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Okay, speed that up.
It's the only way to get it off. It was not only wet and fluffy, it was also like melted to your skin. Like it was burnt onto you.
Yeah.
Like that's not a protective layer. That's uncomfortable times like 3,000.
Do all the rebirthing and regrowth healings here. This is version of you.
To this version of me.
Ooh.
I hit a wall.
Now I feel like butterfly wings growing.
Yeah, and your hair flipping. You're like, it's like sparkles everywhere. I really like it when I don't know why that came to me, but like when like bald guys walk in a room and do a hair flip when there's no hair. I just love that. I'm just like, yes. You do it sometimes too, Kate, the like flip without the flip.
Yes.
Yes.
It just feels real good. I don't know why. Or I'll be like, put my hair behind my ear, not. No.
It's already back there. I remember the first time I really felt my skin as a protective layer. Oh, okay. That was new Nikki, for those of you listening at home. The one that thought she was a coat. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so you got this coat off and it's all regrown and stuff like that. What about the walls here?
Oh, just push them. Just push them.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pushing them down.
And it's
down
so
there.
dark.
Well, here comes the sun. Do 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 do.
It was the first
Activate.
I got.
Activate your Elaine, your light. Like
Yeah, please
Ooh.
activate my Elaine. It's all this.
Now you're in a field
comes.
of flowers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's typical for her as well.
Although I think I was put in an insane asylum last time I was in a field.
Oh. So what does Susan mean then?
Lily.
Lily?
Flower. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Flower.
Lily sun.
So growing up, my name was Katie, and it meant pure one, and I always thought that was really funny. So I'm like the raunchiest person in my family. Anyway.
Dang.
There's several people now.
Sorry. I didn't do it fast enough. I wanted to. Whenever you said the raunchiest one, and I was like,
That's great. I love an ill-timed drum. Like, I love
So much
that.
better.
Yeah,
Look it up.
it's so great. So, okay, so the layer came off, you stepped out, but there's not a crowd of people. Like, it was like a cold village. Such a town, such a quiet village. And then, like, you pushed out of the thing, you had to use the Fluby Flows, whatever the fuck it is, to haircut vacuum. To cut this jacket off. Then you stepped out, you have this, like, hair flip thing going on. You've sprouted wings, you're glowing, and you're in a fucking field of flowers. What does that mean? Like, how is that still presenting? Oh,
Flowers, the people.
can it be like I don't know if it is. So I don't know what I'm feeling here necessarily, but I very much feel like a welcome. Like presenting to people, but on a screen.
Mm. Yeah, somehow like the flowers are flowers, but they're also people at the same time. I don't know how that.
Oh, can you smell them? I don't know why. Sorry.
Yeah, they smell really
Okay,
good.
the people are like, that's really weird, and like a crowd.
They sound like minions when you did that.
Love it.
Not that they're there to obey your every word. I know you didn't think that, but that's what they sounded like when they did that. Like Janet from The Good Place, yeah, a little bit like welcome, but not because more empowered. Janet's hilarious. I like Janet a lot.
She's probably my favorite character in the
Yeah.
show.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There was I want to reference a TikTok again. Okay, so I'm doing it. I'm not asking permission. I thought I was going to, but I'm not. So they revealed to the cast. Did you guys see that one where they revealed to the cast what the first like twist was going to be? And I don't want to say the twist because if you haven't seen that show, I really want you to see it. But their reaction and like for season 1, and Janet was like, like the person who plays her, and she was like, poor Chidi, like, oh my god, because it was like at that point you just feel so bad for him, and there's not like a whole character backstory development there, and it was just really great. Okay, sorry if that didn't make any sense to you. I apologize. I just wanted to share it.
Okay. I'm really not sure what to do here because I feel like it's a performance still, but people that you know. So it feels like every layer of this sunrise is a mask that you're taking off.
Well, okay, so the performance to the flowers thing and the people that she knows, this feels very much like your corporate thing where you give the like the meetings and that's what that feels like.
An hour. Yeah. Like training people.
And it's confident. You feel very confident and they are listening to you and that's what that feels like.
Oh, I'm sidestepping this though, because it's like, yeah, that's not me anymore.
Oh, well then activate your team revamp sweep to this version of you then.
This version of me. There you go. This is what I need.
And for any of you listening, the team revamp sweep can be found in Kate's pinned videos on her TikTok.
So now is it you?
Mm-hmm.
So that might be what the issue was.
We're not in the field anymore. It feels very human. It's not very like Disney movie-esque. It doesn't feel gross or negative. Yeah, I'm inside. I know I'm indoors.
Indoors.
It's interesting because today I was just talking with someone. It's like, she was saying that I just want to tell people that I will either smile and wave at you type of friendship, like we're not going to talk, or I'm just going to be me, but there's like none of this small chat shit anymore.
None of the in-between.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's either I ignore you, I will wave and smile, or you'll see the real me.
What's keeping you from being like that with everybody, not just friends?
What I was wondering. Yeah. Just being the real me with everybody. Yeah, what is keeping me from that?
The comb.
What?
The comb of, I guess this is a sorting comb? Because, okay, when you said that, it was like doing a part in a hair. And it was like, okay, this goes to the left side. It's still very much like, all right, keep this much of the mask over here and none over here. And then this part gets covered and this part doesn't get covered. Do you eat stuff?
I need to apply a hair flip to it. I need to do a hair flip to it.
You can do that, yes. And
it's moving a lot.
Mask.
Yeah, I'm feeding the mask to my lowest dimensional form that eats it for food.
Even though it froze when you said low.
Cereal.
It froze when you said low, so I'm just going to pretend you said twerk again, okay?
Low.
Yes.
With her apple bottom jeans and boots with the fur.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We all know the real you, Susan.
Mm-hmm.
If you can handle us, then you're more twisted than you present.
You hit it on the nose.
Yes. Okay. Can you ripple that, what is this, that layer outwards, please?
Please ripple this outwards.
Okay.
Oh, that feels really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now I feel like I could put my hair in a ponytail. I could wear it down. I could wear it behind my ears. I could put fun barrettes in it.
Look at the violet sky.
Yeah, I could put like those. Well, I don't necessarily. This form of you still doesn't really feel like it wants to dye its hair, but fun little like colored pieces could be fun. Like those little extensions.
The winds with the hair.
Oh,
yeah,
or the
feathers. Oh, feathers.
Yes.
It sounds like fun. Even
the ones that were like, yeah.
Oh, I'm at a buffet now. I get to pick the food.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Are you having nachos?
Yeah. And foie gras, which I've never had before. So that's interesting.
Oh.
Well, this buffet thing seems to be like, well, okay, then pick out what you want. But it seems like very like, pick out what you want.
There's a deer. Ooh.
Amazing.
I
He's
just feel
frozen.
like we need to have a stare off. I know, because he was eating and then he was like,
Your yard was the buffet.
Yes.
oh, I'm going behind the curtain. Okay. You can't see me, dear. Okay. Why in this buffet is it like I will not take those cranberries? Gross. I will take this. And it's like you set up this
No.
buffet.
But it seems like stuff that you didn't choose. Like it was set up for you, even though you're the one that set it up. So why do you have selections on there that you don't even want?
You feel like
I need to 86 them. Remember,
Yes,
86.
you got to 86 them.
Oh, I had released like 86% of something or something or other the other day, and we're like,
Oh.
86 it.
You're doing it. You're just very much like, I don't want this. That can go. That can go. Oh yeah, that's right. I own 86% of this company. That can go. This is your place. Like, why did you put stuff on there that you don't actually want? And that other, it's really interesting because it's like you put it there for color, is what it looks like. You put it there to have
Texture.
choice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's not anything that anybody's gonna. Why are you wasting money and time on stuff that you don't even want?
Fuck that.
Okay, so that's got to carry. That's got to carry into
Wait.
business stuff as well.
Is
right?
this crumbing? Is this crumbing?
What does crumbing mean? What does
Where
that
it's
mean?
like I'll give you a little bit of love and feed you along, and you know what I mean? Like I'll give you some crumbs of affection and love, and then I'll string you along for however long I want. Is that what this is? Because somebody threw it. I kept seeing somebody throw these like cranberries and mix of stuff on the ground, and it's like, why on the ground? Number one, why are you feeding me fucking trail mix? Number two, I don't like this shit.
It's for the deer.
Where's my buffet, bitch? Okay.
I'm sweeping up and laying out the spread of things that I want. So
Okay, so I'm just going to say this. For my spiritual business, every single thing I offer, I would want.
mm-hmm.
I don't offer anything that I wouldn't want. And my stuff is not the same as like everybody else's stuff that's out there. Like you can be like, oh, I now have a tarot reading option, which I didn't have before. But it's different because mine just doesn't give you like, here's what's happening in your life for clarity. Here's a healing to help you fix it. Like everything that I present is uniquely me, feels like me. My website's not very professional looking. It's fun and zany and weird, but it's what, like, if you look at my desk, that's what my stuff looks like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have spiritual aesthetic. I have a robot cup full of dice. Like, we're talking on headphones. So why are you putting out, this is kind of like that thing of like presenting what you think people want. People want Susan.
Right.
Like even people,
there's another
even
that I'm
people,
taking off.
okay, even people like Susan that present in such a professional way still want her to work with us. And we're fucking weird. People want Susan. You guys, people want you. You are the only you out there. There's nobody like you. Sorry that I'm yelling. Okay.
Well, because there's already a me, and there's already a you, and there's already a Susan. So why not have a Sarah Abby or a Yancey?
Right. Right. And Kate and I are nothing alike. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Like, we're silly and goofy and we're compatible, but I am not like Kate. She is not like me. We are very different. What is that? What is that one? I am Zeta.
I'm Drew. I
Danny.
am Danny. And we are not the same person. We might have similar lives. We might have similar wives, but we are different.
What do you want this room to look like, Susan, this buffet that you're going to be eating from and other people will be eating from as well? Like, what's the decor that really not just as a brand, but what would feel good for you if you walked into an establishment? What do you want to be here?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
You want them to have black waitress and waitresses dresses on.
That's a good point, Sarah Abby. Sarah Abby said, like, a vocal artist should never sing a song they don't like. It might become a hit. And you're fucking stuck with it.
It happens all the time. Damn. That must suck to go on tour with 50,000 fucking times. Shit.
So I'll watch a series that I have on YouTube and I don't even agree with like maybe 2 or 3 things in the series anymore. It holds its core and it still is good, but like that was back when I gave credit to a creator god, not myself, and I was very love light. I had no, like, I thought dark was bad.
No
like
shadow.
I've changed a lot, but like if I was peddling someone else's goods and it wasn't authentically me, and also not only would you get stuck with it, it wouldn't feel like you and people could tell.
Yeah.
Radiohead and Smash Mouth. Yeah, I think they fucking hated Somebody Once Told Me. I heard that about them. Yeah.
Cool, let's request it.
Hey, Smash Mouth, let's play that song all the time. Oh wait, so now is it time to put your aesthetic in here? Is that what this is? So you got your buffet, you know exactly what you want. Now it's time for your aesthetic for Susan. For Lily Light. Sorry.
When you did your Audible book, did you do it the way, like, you've already presented it, but like, did you do the inflections how you wanted and like?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
And then I would go back, I'd listen to the whole thing again, all 7.5 hours of it. Like, edited the parts that didn't sound right. So yeah.
Good.
Do you read lots of books?
I used to. I got 3 kids.
Okay.
I listen to books, but I don't.
Oh, does it feel good to have like a reading corner and not actually use it? Like use it but not for reading, but it's like a reading corner? That makes any sense?
That makes so much. Yes, that actually feels like really good. Yes.
It's in here.
It has a purpose. It has an aesthetic. It seems like even if you don't ever sit it's there, you know that it's a thing. You know you can sit there and connect to it. A book listening corner. Sparkles.
I love that long pumpkin.
Okay. What about the walls? Okay. And now all that's left is you. Huh?
Yep. Yeah, they're like flat, and now that that's all created, it's just me. Like there's nothing else. It's just me.
Yeah.
But I feel empowered. I don't feel like I'm under a bunch of coats or like my hair's weird. I feel free.
Okay. Now can you blend this all together? Like
because I was about to say, mind you, Susan, I love your serious, like, professional side. It's part of you. And I actually really enjoy it. I think of, like, I don't know if it's because we're both moms or whatever, but I think of being in an event and everybody thinking we're just having like a really like serious conversation. We're actually just like, can you believe they went with that? Oh no, the tablecloth looks fucking horrible. Who even eats strawberries here? Did they know that so-and-so is allergic to peanuts? And then like under like a little underground political like jabbing, just, and everybody is just very demure and like on the outside, but like it's, not total shit talking, like casual, hilarious.
Yes. Okay. It just looks like a watercolor paintbrush and making everything very Susan.
Yeah. I watercolor a ton, so when I paint,
Oh.
that's when I do my life. So that makes sense.
So what are you going to call this?
This whole healing, what is this? It feels very becoming Susan, but if you're going to make it available for everybody, like what? You don't have to either. Like it can just be yours.
Yeah, I want to make it like a becoming healing. I liked that. A remembering or becoming. It's like on becoming is what I heard.
And it was like we had layers, so that was there. There was the sunset stuff. There was the field of flowers. There was the buffet.
Susanity? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Sunsanity. Sorry.
Sunsanity. Suddenly Susan. That's funny. I think that was a show, wasn't it?
She becoming.
She becoming. These are amazing. Let's do that one. She becoming.
Oh my God.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. You guys remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah. That's what she said.
That's what she said. Oh.
This feels great.
Yeah.
Does it feel good? This feels great.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I'll be like, oh, I already healed that. I was like, nope, more shit.
All the time.
All the
All the time.
Right?
All of us. Like, but I mean, that happens all the time. It's like, I thought I already healed that. Oh,
Yes.
another layer. Cool.
More? Totally wasn't expecting that.
And sometimes we're like, I really like this characteristic of me. I don't want to change or heal whatever this is. And it's like, well, you should. And it's like, fuck, I mean, if it's in the highest good, I will. And then it always feels so much better after, is what Kate was saying earlier. But sometimes it's like, no, I like that I'm like this is very me. And it's like, I mean, it's you, but it's not the most healed version of you. Like, oh, okay.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Well, thank you guys so much. This is amazing.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. And thank you guys for like being in the comments and hanging out and doing the things with us. That was so awesome. I really loved that. And then thanks DoorDash for the entertainment.
And the deer.
And knocking on my window.
And to my dad, thank you to my I'm sorry, kidding.
And to my mans, thank you to my mans.
And to my mom, thank you to my no. Spirit, please don't do that.
Shout out to the deer, yes, you said?
Yes. Paid actor.
A paid actor. Do we do the closing statements to this? Because this feels like it doesn't need to be really wrapped up.
It seems like it was its own closing statements in the making, like because it went through so many dimensions and timelines and layers.
And I like combining things because then they're not a mess.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Incorporate that in. 30.
All right.
And to my mountain, thank you to my mountain.
And to the sunrise, thank you to my sunrise.
Okay. All right.
Thank you guys so
Well,
much. Take care.
Everybody disconnect, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, love y'all, bye.
To book a dual session with Kate and Kat, visit either of our websites listed in the description of this video. For a spirit guide reading, you can book with Captain Kate at www.captainkate.com. For a one-on-one trauma healing session with Cat and Boots, you can visit www.catandboots138.com.